Hello. When you come upon a point of discovering an act of disloyalty and you approach your narcissist and you're having a conversation, one of the tools in their tool belt that they will use is insulting the new supply. Oh, she didn't mean anything. Look at you getting, she didn't mean a thing. I mean, I hardly remember her name. It's that kind of thing, right? They insult them to you. There are there are some things that what is and what isn't happening when they do either one is important. For example, what is happening when they insult the new supply is that they're lying to you when they say all of these insults. Because if they thought all of those insults, then why did they pick her? They go after who they think they have a grandiose version of themselves. So they tend to try to go after, people with a certain something about themselves. So if he's telling you she's so horrible, then why did he pick her? If he told her the insults he's even telling you he said to her, then she wouldn't have gone with him. So he doesn't probably think the insults. He didn't tell the new supply the insults, certainly. He charmed her. He charmed the new. That means the nice stuff. Think the worst and get it over with. They use the same stuff on you. Love bombing. That doesn't involve insults. So they're telling you, oh, she doesn't mean anything. What's actually happening is they're lying when they insult the new, because that's not, and what isn't happening is that they mean it with the new either. The love bombing or the insulting, by the way, is what we're talking about. But the love bombing, I said that backwards. They don't mean it either. If they felt that way, they wouldn't pick that person. And they certainly don't mean the love bombing. They're lying to both of you. They're saying the same to you about her, probably. And they're insulting each of you to the other one. That's what's happening when they're insulting the new supply. What is happening is that they're trying to appeal to your sense of self. She's nothing like you, my angel. You're so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. She's this or that or yucky, or they'll even insult her looks or something. Like that's supposed to make you feel better. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Oh, thanks. That feels so much better. They're insulting her to make you feel better and hoping that you're going to somehow take that to mean they don't care about her. It was just a stupid error that they ended up falling into her company. What isn't happening is them telling the new that they're still with you. That's not happening. So they're insulting her to you, and what's actually going on is they're not telling them that they're even still with you, but they're insulting them to you. And they're denying the new to you, and they're denying to the new that you mean anything. So again, they're lying to both, surrounded by insults. She doesn't mean anything. She doesn't mean anything. Okay. What is happening also is that the new thinks they're leaving you. They've insulted you enough to them. They set up her belief system. She's ready. What isn't happening is that he never had intention of leaving you. He'll play you both. There is so much interwoven within this that I wrote out for this that I know I got tripped up on my words while I was trying to go through it. And je m'excuse, really, please excuse me, because it's a very intertwisted thing that they're doing. Don't make that make you feel better if they're insulting the new supply. Oh, well, he says she's ugly and he can't even stand her, and that the only reason he's with her is because her father's going to get him a job, and he can't. He says she's so dumb that whatever it is that they're trying to say to you, that's to make you feel better. Don't fall for that. And don't allow him to insult her. It's probably not even true what they're telling you. And when they're doing that to you about them, they're doing it about you to the new supply. If that's their MO, that's their game, that's the tool they're using, they're going to use that tool. That's a tool that they're going to use. It has nothing to do with they got creative and all of a sudden and they're going to come. They do that. So if they're doing it to that person, they're going to do it to you. To make the new person feel better about themselves, to make the new person think, yeah, you're the one, to make the new person think, yes, come here, I want you, I don't even want her, us. So when they're insulting the new supply, that's a tool they use, and there's a lot attached to it, because if they're that type to use that, then they're doing a duplicitous thing to both of you in every regard attached to throwing insults at somebody else. That's like smearing them before they're even your official new supply, isn't it, really? And they're doing it to gain your favor. They think somehow that's going to make you feel better about yourself, I guess, maybe? No one will take the place of you, sweetheart. That kind of thing. She doesn't mean anything. Meanwhile, he's telling her that he's leaving you. Or making her think he's leaving you. Making her think he's coming to get her. Making the one before you think he's coming to get you still. He's got them all thinking, I'm coming back, I'm coming. I'll be right back. And meanwhile, they're collecting people along the way of their life. And with each one, they compliment them when they need to. They insult them to a different person when they need to. There's no truth based in anything that anybody can say if that's what they're doing. In other words, I would sit here and I could honestly recount my opinion of different people that I know. For example, just think of in your own life. Somebody writes down 20 names on a piece of paper, a mixture of past, present, people you like, don't like, that fell off. You could come up with a blurb about each person. Mine isn't going to rush to insults about a person. When you go through life and that's where your mind goes, which is what a narcissist, a tactic that they use is, that is a really sinister tactic that somebody would have in their toolbox at all. So I don't want you ever to get feeling good or feeling cozy because he insulted the new supply. First of all, it's a horrific behavior to talk badly about other people. Secondly, how big of a lie is it when you're the one wooing the girl? You wooed her. So you don't think this, or you would woo a person about whom you would think. That's what I would say. I go, okay, and I guess he was too dense to realize he let himself into it. I said, so you're telling me then that you fell into it with someone that you feel all of these ugly things about? So you just, that's how you think of yourself? That you went with somebody that you felt this way about? That this person was nasty and all this? Ew. Oh my God. So you allowed, well, I didn't mean to say, then they'll backpedal. Because then he realized he made himself look like an idiot. You think pretty gross of yourself. If all of these things that you're saying are true, then God help you that you got together with that person. They don't even realize what they're saying. But I know that if they go to a rotten place like that about a person, that's not a person with any kind of integrity. Because it's an extra step. They don't need to say anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Or they could say, she's a lovely girl. I thought I was in love. I guess some narcissists might go that direction. Mine was just like, you caught me. I don't know what other narcissists come out with. Maybe they try to fake, or maybe they do fall in love with somebody else they think, and that's what comes out of their mouth, and maybe they don't insult them. I'm telling you, though, that when they do, that's a tool they use, and it's a horrible personality trait. And I'm telling you, don't fall for it. They do it to make you think that the new person means nothing and that you still mean everything, and they're not going to go near them because this, and this. Guess what? They go near them again and again and again, even with this, and this. Which means they lied and don't feel this, and this insult to you. And they're lying to the new supply because the new supply has no idea they're even still with you. It is such a duplicitous role that the narcissist plays in so many different vines of this relationship that as I think of them, I try to bring them to your attention because I want you to be armed with every last ounce of anything that ever comes across my mind. Because if it happens, I want you to be like, oh, this is what she meant. And you'll have some kind of power and backbone because you'll be prepared. It's the way that they hit us with all of these different things that are shockers that get us off our feet. They knock us right out. You got an element surprise going because we don't know anything about this. So I'm trying to tell you every single thing that I've read, encountered, heard about, so that you at least will have touched on the topic and be ready to receive it should it come your way. Don't fall for them insulting them. And say what I said the next time. Turn it around. Say, so you went with someone that you feel that way about. That's, call them out on it. It's pretty funny, actually. He didn't know what to say. Trying to backpedal. No, you said she was gross. I heard it. I wrote it down. I can tell you the day. You know what I mean? I wouldn't let him out of that one. And he was squirming. He didn't know what to say. So you were with someone that was gross. So you're disgusting now. So you're gross. That's really nice. Gross. Yeah. So just keep an eye on that and don't let them use that tool on you. Recognize it when it's coming. It's a tactic that they have. So eyes open.